Welcome back to the Happy Chicken Coop YouTube channel. Chicken food problems can significantly impact the health and well-being of your feathered friends. So for today's video, we'll talk about the most common chicken food problems, their causes, treatments, and how to prevent them in the future. But before we get into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't yet. You can also visit our website at thehappychickencoop.com or join our email newsletter for daily tips and information about chicken health and more. Let's start with Bumblefoot. Bumblefoot, or scientifically known as pododermatitis, is a common and potentially serious condition in chickens. It primarily occurs due to bacterial infections, with Staphylococcus aureus being the most frequent culprit. Bumblefoot is often associated with poor husbandry practices, unsanitary living conditions, obesity, and injuries. Some of the most common symptoms are limping, swelling, signs of pain or sensitivity, and scabs or lesions. Prompt and proper treatment is essential to prevent bumblefoot from spreading or becoming chronic. The best way to treat the infection is to isolate the chicken, soaking the affected foot in warm, soapy water to soften and remove the scab, giving antibiotics as prescribed by the veterinarian, and covering the wound with a clean bandage. But of course, preventing bumblefoot is preferable to treating it. The best ways to prevent it are maintaining a clean and dry living environment for your chickens, making sure that your coop floors and perches are smooth and free from rough edges or sharp objects, offering more ramps with good footing whenever possible, monitoring your chicken's weight, and providing a balanced diet, inspecting your chicken's feet for signs of injury or infection, and installing well-designed wide roosts to reduce pressure on their feet while sleeping. The second most common chicken food problem is the scaly leg mites. These are tiny parasites that infest the legs and feet of chickens where they burrow under the scales, causing intense irritation and discomfort. The primary causes of scaly leg mites in chickens are direct contact with infected birds and poor hygiene. Identifying scaly leg mites in chickens is crucial for early intervention. A few signs and symptoms to watch out for are rough, raised, and scaly appearance of the legs and feet, swollen and itchy legs, and feather loss near or on legs. Effective treatment of scaly leg mites need careful attention and consistent care. It includes quarantining the infected chicken, cleaning and sanitizing the coop, using topical ointments, oral ivermectin, or dipping in warm water and parasiticidal solution under veterinary guidance, and practicing good environmental management. To prevent these mites from infesting or reinfesting your flock, make sure to inspect and isolate new chickens before introducing them to the flock. Maintain a clean coop, provide dust baths, and inspect your chicken's legs and feet regularly. Next on our list is ingrown nails. The possible causes of ingrown nails in chickens are genetics, especially breeds with feathered feet, improper trimming of toenails, and injury or trauma to the nail or toe. Some symptoms to watch out for are limping and obvious swelling around the area, pain or discomfort, visible ingrowth, and infection. To treat ingrown nails in chickens, you can soak it in warm, soapy water to make it more manageable before carefully trimming the ingrown portion. Apply an antibacterial ointment to the area to prevent infection and cover the wound with a sterile bandage. If your chicken seems to be in pain, move them to a smaller coop or cage with plenty of food and water close by so they don't have to walk too far. If an infection is developed, consult your vet immediately. To prevent ingrown nails in chickens, trim their toes regularly and use appropriate nail clippers designed for poultry animals. You should also inspect your chickens, especially the breeds with feathered feet. Keep a clean, dry, and safe environment to reduce the risk of injuries and infections. Another common food problem for chickens is overgrown spurs. This occurs when the keratinous sheath covering the bony spur on the leg becomes too long and curling. Like the ingrown toenails, overgrown spurs can also be genetic. Other causes could be lack of natural wear and tear and unbalanced nutrition. Symptoms to watch out for are curled spurs, lameness, discomfort, and injuries such as scratches or punctures in the skin. To trim overgrown spurs, you will need to restrain your rooster. Then, use a sterile poultry clipper and a nail file or emery board to trim and smooth the edges of the spur. You can also apply an antibacterial ointment or soap afterwards. Preventing overgrown spurs in chickens is important for their comfort and well-being. Always check for any signs of overgrowth. If you notice them getting too long, trim them as needed. You should also provide a balanced and nutritious diet to support healthy keratin growth. And if possible, allow chickens access to outdoor environments with natural surfaces for scratching, foraging, and perching, which can help naturally wear down their spurs. The last common chicken feet problem we'll discuss in this video is the tight ID bands or zip ties. Chicken ID bands, often made of plastic or metal, are commonly used to distinguish individual birds in a flock. They are completely invaluable in breeding programs where identification is paramount. You already know what causes too tight ID bands or zip ties on the legs, so let's learn how to help your chicken with this problem instead. The signs and symptoms to watch out for are swelling, limping or lameness, irritation or sores, and skin discoloration. To remove these too tight bands or ties, you should use a lubricant first to slide it off. If it is plastic, use a pair of side-nip toenail clippers or narrow scissors to try to cut it off. If metal, tin snips or needle-nose wire cutters should do the trick. You can also soak the foot in Epsom salt and warm water for temporary pain relief and to reduce the swelling. In the future, make sure that you change out leg bands on time as your chickens grow up so they don't become too tight. And do not use zip ties as ID tools because it is too easy for them to accidentally click down and become uncomfortable. These are only 5 of the most common problems chickens experience on their feet. For more comprehensive information, click this link to read the full article. Here, we've also discussed frostbite, cuts, abrasions, and infections. If you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You can also learn more about chicken health at our website, thehappychickencoop.com. And subscribe to our daily newsletters for more tips and tricks in raising a backyard flock. Thanks for watching!